up, y'all? It's your girl, Drea Kay, back with another episode of Let's Tell a Story. Make sure you all are subscribed. We got some brand new episodes coming your way. Today, I have a very special guest all the way from Jackson, Mississippi. What you doing over here?
I just kind of check in with y'all, see
Oh,
what's
yeah.
up. Yeah.
So for the people who may not know you, what's your name and what you do?
Oh, my name Coke Bumaye, and I make art.
You make art?
I do.
What kind
I
of art you
produce
been
art.
making?
Lately I've been making sonic art, sonically beautiful art. Yeah.
Tell me about that. I want to know. What's your process? What's your creative process and everything going into that?
Sometimes it depends. Sometimes it depends on the record and what's the story I'm trying to get across. Sometimes it come quick and we get in there and we can kind of figure it out. And sometimes it take us like sitting on it. Because sometimes you're telling a story that ain't unfolded yet, so you got to take that time with it. So it just depends. I don't have like no one process for whatever I'm trying to do. My process is I go with my feeling, and what I feel like I try to make sure I can put that on the record.
And you write and you produce, or you do,
I do
all of it?
All of it, yeah.
All these talents, all
That's
these
just
gifts.
we just got into two those for. Yeah.
So where did you get your start? Like, are you from Jackson, Mississippi?
I'm of Jackson.
I'm
I'm
from
ugly.
Jackson.
I'm ugly.
So you were born and raised in Jackson, Mississippi. So where did you get your start in music?
My dad was a DJ when I was younger, like a neighborhood DJ. So I always had like this admiration and love for just to see how you can control people's emotions. So for whatever time people are listening to their favorite song, a lot of their problems gone. You ain't really thinking about your rent being due when Al Green playing or whatever you listen to playing. So that mesmerized me. I was like, wow, man, you could like captivate people and control their emotions in a good way, right? So I started to like listening to music first. That was my true introduction to it, listening to it, being a fan of it, consuming it. As I started to consume it more, I didn't really hear the stories of the people that I was around. So I wanted to start telling those stories, and we did it. We started to do it.
So what's your story? Because this is Let's Tell a Story. Like,
Which story?
Like, what is your life story? Like, a lot of people that come up here, they are artists, they're creatives, you know, they start out, you know, a rough past, a rough life and things like that. But like, what's your story? What was your journey?
I don't know. I won't consider my journey rough though. Like, I think it's all beautiful in the end. I'm not sure what my story is. I'm still writing. I think it started out like different. I'm at a different chapter for sure. Like where I'm trying to take it to is way different than where I thought I would be taking it to for sure.
So, what was your first like studio experience? Like getting in the studio, seeing that you had a gift, seeing that you had something come about music. What was that experience for you?
A real studio experience or just period? That's
getting on the microphone.
Oh yeah, man. Like when we was younger, like just being in school, people was putting microphones in their closet and rapping at your granny house.
In the closet.
Like I done been through every stage of the studio experience, from rapping in the closet to like putting the mic in the middle of the kitchen to like these big grand studios. Whatever it takes. Like the bathroom, the kitchen. I done rapped in the bathroom, the kitchen, all type of places. So. But my first experience was with this a friend of mine named Dirk. He was working on an album, and he had a studio at his home house. Well, what they consider a studio, a computer and a microphone in the closet. And they used to just go over there every day after school and rap in the closet. And I just got in there one day, like, and started to rap. And he ended up putting me on the CD, and I was like, in my mind, I was famous the next day at school. I was like, I'm the guy. And he put it out, and that was like my first like recording then. But as it progressed, we started getting the bigger studios, better studios, and I still rap in the closet now. I rap at whatever.
The best ones.
Like straight up, like whatever it takes, we gonna get it done straight up.
So how old were you when you discovered your gift in music and everything?
I don't know. Like I started rapping probably. I just don't even remember a time I wasn't rapping for sure. And like I don't even remember a time where I can just say, oh man, I discovered the gift. It was always there. Like it was always like, and I'm still discovering parts of that gift. That gift keep opening up a different way for me. So right when I think this is it and I got it where I want to have it, I start to see colors in it. It start changing.
Like, why I keep changing like this? I thought this was the thing.
Yeah, and it's just, so I stop even trying to look for it. I just like let it happen. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure when I like decided like, oh man, I got a gift for this. Like I think people start telling me, honestly, like whenever I started, they was like, hey, well, you got it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't necessarily believe it then. So, I don't know. I'm still uncovering the gift right now.
What was your upbringing? What was that like? Growing up in Jackson, Mississippi.
I don't know, man. Like, talking about your upbringing now is kind of cliche a little bit. Like,
What?
yeah, because it's like we all got similar upbringings. That's why the music and stuff connect and the things, the art connect so well because we had these similar things. But you know the story, like just depending on where you from, like what area you from. Growing up in them areas and doing them things that come with being in them areas. So, if you in the jungle, you gotta roll with jungle rules. Because if not, they gonna get you up out of there. So, yeah, man. But like, I think we waste a lot of time making it seem so tragic. It's really not. It's a beautiful experience once you can like look back from it and like really see it. It's a beautiful experience that's humbling. And it also builds a level of character I don't think you can get nowhere else, for sure.
So, as far as the upbringing, a lot of times, we talk about the end results. We don't talk about like the process that we went through like in high school and, maybe after high school. Like, what was your life like during that time?
Like in high school and after high school? I always think like when I look back at my life, I always try to make sure I'm making that level of person proud though, right? So when I look back at my younger self, I try to make sure, man, I'm making my younger self proud. When I look back at my high school self, I try to make sure I'm making that person proud. The things that I thought was important then, they might not be as important to me now, but they still important. In high school and around that time, like leaving high school and those things, man, I was a kid just full of ambition and dream, and I'm still like that today. Like I'm still there. So, of course, like the wisdom and the things that you get from like the journey, we got that now. But I'm not too far from where I was from the spirit, like a spirit space. I thought I could have it all then, and I was trying to go for it then. I'm still there now, you know what I'm saying? So,
full of dreams.
I love it. And I'm touching them though. When you get to touching them, they just give you a little bit more ammunition to say, oh man, I can go bigger. Like I can go crazy. My dreams in high school was a little smaller because I was in a smaller mind frame. As I started to like get closer to those dreams, them smaller dreams that I thought was the biggest I could dream, it made me say, man, I probably can go up a notch, So that's what I'm doing now, just taking it up a notch. Every time I catch one dream, I just stand on that one and see another one. Yeah.
So what has your experience been like as an artist in Jackson, Mississippi? Like, what's the music scene like out there? What y'all be doing?
Like I said, I think it's very similar to every space. Like every space had those. It's artists in Jackson who think, man, this ain't for me. And there's artists in Jackson who thrive. I'm sure here in Baton Rouge, there's some people who feel like, man, I gotta get out of here. And there's some people who understand the beauty in this space and how to like operate inside of that beauty and like take it to that level. So man, in Jackson, man, it's an amazing scene. Of course, just like I think anybody here would say, we don't get enough exposure. Like I think you're gonna hear that everywhere. It could whatever. So somebody in Jackson may look at Baton Rouge and be like, man, if I was in Baton Rouge, I'd be out of here. You know what I'm saying? And somebody, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it goes. Somebody in Baton Rouge like, man, is you crazy? So like, I think everybody look at the places like Atlanta's and New York's like these spots where if you there, you there. It's somebody in Atlanta who's saying, man, I gotta get out of here. Yeah. I gotta get out of here and go somewhere else. So I think, man, the music scene is the same everywhere on every level. So whatever level you are as an artist, you're gonna experience the music scene in that way. So Jackson, a beautiful place with beautiful artists, man, that like got something important to say, right? And I think if we can keep that space, because what happens is you start trying to say what you think another place thinks important, because that's the place they're popping. So like everybody want to sound like Atlanta because that's the place they're popping. So you start to speak in their language, you know what I'm saying? And you lose your people. So I mean, as long as everybody speak their language, I think we can we have a valuable thing that we can push to the world. So, and I think that's for everybody. I think that's for here too. Some artists I know here, we be having the same conversations. Whether it be great, like how can't nobody understand certain records and songs but these places, or how nobody here understand these records. So.
So as an artist, how do you kind of journey through just discovering your sound and discovering what works for you?
I think my sound is based on my life. Whatever journey my life takes me, then I try to produce that sonically. Sonically, I try to say, what does joy feel like? What does sadness, or what does ambition? What does ambition sound like? You know, so wherever I'm at in my life, in those spaces, if I'm in an ambitious space, I want to make that. I want to feel it through the music. So I'm never really looking to change my sound per se. I don't go in a studio and say, man, I gotta rap different, right? If you naked enough in the studio, it'll come out the way it need to come out. And I try to make sure I'm naked in the studio per se. You know what I'm saying?
Do you ever get caught up in opinions, or comparing yourself to the mainstream? You as an artist, do you ever get caught up in that sometimes when trying to create music?
Not caught up in the mainstream for sure, because I don't necessarily like mainstream. Well, it's some guys I like in the mainstream, but I'm not whatever mainstream I'm on it, right? So I do get caught up in opinions though. I get caught up in opinions of my loved ones. I got a group of people who know me on a level that's different, right? So they can say things to me that a person who only know me through music can't necessarily say to me, right? So I do get caught up in it though. I got maybe 5 people that if I send them a record, the way they act with the record make me feel something. So, my son who with me now, he always in the studio with me. He always around, he always hear the music. He a tester though. A lot of my friends and family don't know they testers, because if I tell them that, they'll react to the music a certain way.
Yeah.
If they don't do a certain thing, it hurt my heart.
Yeah.
If they do a certain thing, I be
yeah, let me go make another one.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can't say I don't get caught up in opinion. I don't get caught up in everybody's opinion, but it's some opinions to me that's super valuable, because I know they know me on a level that's important to me. So when I'm hitting my targets and showing that level, they let me know by how they react, you know what I'm saying? So it's important for me to be able to put out music that my son or my mom or my best friend can listen to. They might not necessarily like it, but they know it's authentic to who we are, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So, you're an independent artist? So how do you navigate through, I guess the pressures, they say, of, wanting to be signed by a major label or wanting to take your career to the next level as an independent artist? Do you have any struggles within that?
Well, like I said, when I was younger, or when I was just not as educated, I wanted to necessarily be, that was the goal, to be signed to a major label, right? I tell a lot of people, sometimes when we have these conversations, when just artists are kicking the shit, we can cut on.
Of course.
Oh, my bad, I'm just making
Say what you want.
When artists just kicking the shit, though, I always tell them, man, this is the greatest time in our careers to be able to, right now you can say whatever you want to say. You can experience, you can explore your sound. Ain't nobody telling you what to do, nothing, man. It's a great time to be an artist. And you can give it to the world instantly, right? So, man, once we take advantage of it, I don't think you really want to get into the major label space. Now, of course, we do understand the bread, now the money there, but also that money get cut up a lot of times. That money gonna get cut up. So I think when you done gave so much to a thing, you want to look for partnerships as opposed to somebody controlling what you are. From a true artist standpoint, if you just in it to make music, which ain't nothing wrong with it, you just making whatever, You just trying to make whatever, like get some bread, then a major label may be for you. But if you attach yourself to this music by the way you look and sound and think, and you know you represent something, you know, more than yourself, it's gonna be hard to like get with a label that really understand that from the door. Until you show them independently. When you show them independently, then they'll partner with you. So the pressures of it, like I think I dealt with it before, like having talks and meetings and, you know, all that type of shit that come with it. And the people who have been rooting for you wanting it more than you. They want it like the major label thing. They want it more than you because they get a chance to say, man, I told you. You know, from a proud space, like, man, I told you. This the guy. They came and you get that validation. Like, I think after we turned down certain things and people seen like what that meant and where, you know, they seen those spaces go to, they started to believe in what we was doing solely on our own, as opposed to like latching on to somebody else, because sometimes the people that's rooting for you, the major label want to cut them out. And when you say, nah, man, we can't do that, they start to respect your decision a little more. They start to say, oh, whoa.
No, they not playing.
Yeah.
I can't get over on them.
Yeah, like, you know, so, yeah, man, I think it's always precious to, like, take care of your family and to, like, take your art to the highest level. But that don't necessarily have to be from a major label standpoint. So, of course, I deal with those pressures because I want to, like, we want to take this shit to the level, like, all the time. And I think we do that from the inside, not the outside.
And so you talk about, you know, your son being with you and being in the studio and everything like that. He looked a little young over there. But, so you're a father too. So how important is influence, like when it comes to showing him that this music thing is possible?
Well, this is my youngest son. I got an older son too. As far as like influences, like music, I don't really look at it like that. Before I want to be a great rapper, I concentrate more on being a great man, and then I just try to show that in the music. Like I don't want to like get in the studio and turn into this super guy in the studio, right? I try to like concentrate on being thorough throughout my life, and then getting in the studio and like opening it up is easy, right? I think so. As far as like influencing like what they see and how they see me as a man, that's why I said it's important to like be able to make music for me, to be able to make music that people who truly know me can hear it and say, man, whether I say some super ill shit like, oh, I did this, I need them to be able to be like, oh yeah, or if I get super vulnerable and like, man, in this space I want shit, they need to be able to say, yo, he really won in that space. So, you know, I just try to be honest and authentic with them and in the music.
So, how would you describe yourself as an artist?
I don't know. I don't think I would. Like, I don't think, well, if I did, it'll be by the day, because sometimes it just should be shifting. So sometimes I'm energetic and like enthusiastic, you know, and sometimes I'm thoughtful and provocative with like what I'm trying to say. Like, so it just depends on the day and what I'm trying to like unfold. So I don't think it's one way to describe no artist. I think media, no disrespect, media like, but I think you're an artist too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you understand. So yeah, you playing both games. Media like force us to do that. Like describe yourself. Like I don't even think a human can describe themselves. Like, cause tomorrow you may be different. So I could describe myself today. I could tell you like what I am today and who I am today. You know, some I can leave out of here today and some change me. Like some make me say, man, I don't want to do that no more, or I want to take that to another level. So I don't know. Today, you know, I feel amazing. Like, today as an artist, I'm sharp and well thought and like great.
I'm great. So you're here today, you know, doing your whole media and marketing thing and everything like that. Are you big on social media, or do you kind of just play it by ear each day, you know, doing the groundwork in Jackson where you are?
I'm trying to like get better with social media, like really be like interactive and like talking like that on social media. This is not like my favorite part. Like this ain't my favorite part of the process. My favorite part of the process is to like create the music and sit with it and listen to listen to it and get lost in the music. This part of it is a little more. I gotta push myself to like do this, like not in a crazy way. So even on social media, like I've been trying. Like I don't want to get so uniform though. Like that ain't my style to be uniform. Every Monday we post this, so I don't want to do that. I want to be
authentic. Like it just
I just want to be organic.
I
I just want to be organic on social media, man, because I don't want nobody to run into me nowhere and feel like they getting a different version of me, right? So I want to always try to like be as close to the ground as possible, like not in no like way where we're not trying to go to new heights, but just in a way where if I don't feel like doing it, or I don't think that's who I am really today, tomorrow I might say, I'm finna go social media crazy. And
I'm finna post every day.
I'm finna post every day. You know, so yeah, man. I know that's a tool. It's a valuable tool. Cause like I said, man, we can touch the world with it. So of course we want to touch the world, but we want to do it from an organic space, though, for sure.
So within your music, like, how do you stay inspired? Like, where do you constantly find your creativity?
Man, it's all around. Like, it's all around. Like, you can create about not feeling like creating. Like, you know what I'm
About
saying?
anything.
Like, it's all around.
limited.
Like, you know, I think we get so caught up in, like, what it has to sound like this, or it has to look like this, or it has to, whatever. Like, sometimes when I'm not in the mood, per se, to, like, go create and give it to somebody, I just try to make sure I'm creating. I just keep that machine rolling, like try to like, whatever. If I ain't doing nothing but just rapping in the car, playing beats, listening to beats, and just like getting in the, you know, I just stay in the mood. I don't never try to get out the mood. Like once a project done, and I guess you try to move on to the next project, we just keep it rolling. We just keep recording and keep, you know. I try not to get out the mood. I ain't been out the mood in some years, for sure.
So what type of beats, inspire you the most?
Like I said, it really depends on the day. Because my process is I don't really write on no paper, right? But I write in my, people say it like it's freestyle, but it's not. It's like mind writing. Like you writing it, but you just write it in your, it's the same action is putting it on the paper, but you're just doing it in your mind, right? So
That ain't difficult.
No.
At all.
No, cause listen, what's your process? You write songs?
Yeah, I just write like in my notes on my phone.
Alright, so like so you might write a line, right? And then you sit there and you think of another line, right? You just do that in the studio. You just doing it live. You writing live.
That sounds stressful to me.
No, it ain't. Like, you turn on the microphone, like how you be in your notes and you say, da 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 da. The engineer stop it. You come up with another one. He started, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same way. So for me, I need to be led by the music. The music got to lead me. Like, I don't go in there saying, today I'm going to rap about this, right? The music has to lead me. So, man, it just depends. It depends on, I be wanting to hear some shit, though. It got to be funky, though. I got to, like, you know what I'm saying? I want to hear it. So, yeah, I like to be led by the music. Is that your process? Like, or you already have a song wrote and then you try to match it with the
I
music?
can't write a song without the beat. So, like, when I listen to the beat, it has to make me feel something.
Okay.
And it's like, if it makes me feel something, whatever feeling or whatever I'm going through right then and there, that's what I'm gonna write about.
Okay.
I can't
exactly.
I can't listen to a beat and be like, oh, I'm gonna talk about this and this and that. It be like, no, I gotta feel it. I gotta feel it.
Exactly.
And the beat gotta pull it out of me.
You just like me then. You know what's going on.
I'm like, get something out of me,
You
please.
know what's going on. Like, I gotta be led. You go in there, like, so if you, that's what I be saying. People say they not in the mood. You ain't heard the right beat then.
Yeah.
Hear the right beat, watch what happens. Like, you'll be like, hey, man, I gotta do that today.
I gotta finish that
I
beat now.
gotta do it right now. Nobody leave. It's like straight up.
So, what was your first song? Like, do you remember your first song?
That was mine?
Yes.
I don't know, Lisa, I'm gonna tell you what I used to do when I just could not figure out how to put words and shit together. I used to listen to like underground rappers, right? And steal a verse and then go rap it at school.
Yeah.
Like, cause I knew nobody wasn't really fucking with them. So I just go to, like, I like listen to some, what's my man name? He was from like Houston, I think. And some DJ D&D. Like, he had 25 lighters on the dresser. You remember that song? Probably not. Yeah. So old song. I knew everybody would like listen to that song, but he had like some other shit that I knew they wouldn't listen to. So I learned them type of cuts. Be at school, rapping my ass out. They like, man, it's cold. Like, you know what I'm saying? After I started doing that, I was like, man, I probably can like do this myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? I started to like rap over like rapper songs. Like then you weren't like having like no instrumentals.
Yeah.
Like it might be like an MC Hammer instrumental or something on the back of a tape or something, or like you know, something like that. So yeah, I don't know like my first ever song, but I do know like songs that I rapped and like sat back was like, oh, I got a song. Like, oh man, I got a song. So yeah, we used to just take beats and just rap on other people's beats.
So what's your creative process when putting together like a project? Because we had a conversation earlier where we were talking about how it's just better to put out singles. It's just better to put out singles, but I feel like putting out singles is quicker and faster, but when you're putting together a project, that's a whole nother process. So like, what's your process within doing that?
Like I said, man, we record like, so I just put out a project, Separation is out now on our streaming platform.
Y'all go with that.
Yeah, so, but I just record, like in a way where I always got music left, right? And then depending on the story I'm trying to tell and what like space I'm trying to take the listener to, I go listen to what I have and then I start to put like the pieces together from there. So like when I'm putting a project together, and I like doing projects more than I like doing singles because you got so many chances to deliver. With a single, you got one chance to deliver. With a project, man, like you got so many ways, so many spaces to take them to. And I try to make sure I can kind of feel all them spaces. So when I'm creating a project, I might have like 4 songs already I done done, and it only fill 4 spaces, but it might be 10 spaces I'm trying to fill, like emotional spaces. So then I go in and say, okay, I want to take them here and do this and like do this. My last project, it probably was a little different because it probably took me the longest to like get it done. Like usually because it don't take me that long to do a project, because like I said, I just grab what I have already that's kind of telling what I'm trying to say, and then I add to it, oh, I need an intro, I need an outro, I need a skit right here, I need another song like this, you know what I'm saying? But the process is really the same though, like record and make sure we have the meat of the story, then we add the bread and the lettuce and all that too, and then give it
The whole concoction.
Yeah. You like, I'm saying, have you done a project before? Oh, you one of them, or you just keep putting singles out?
No.
You ain't put a single out?
No!
What are we doing?
We were just talking about that.
Oh my God.
What's going on?
Yes, I'm interviewing you now. What's going on?
Okay, so I just be trying to find my sound sometimes. So it's like I be want to rap, but then I be want to sing. And then it'd be like, okay, which one do I want to do right now?
Do both.
Hey guys, if you love that episode at I Got Drinks, you definitely need to come check out our I Got Drink mixers, which my favorite is the margarita.
I have classic daiquiri, and I have old-fashioned premium cocktail.
And coming soon, we will be making these on the show, so check these out, and we are going to give our honest opinions on them. But I'm already a fan, so
get these and make sure to view more episodes of I Got Drink at the Antidote Network on YouTube, Roku TV, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
And Amazon.
The show we give you some kind of
Me the game.
Playing, I don't think you up here with 2 projects and 4 singles out. What's the hold up?
What is the hold up?
Scared, you scared?
I must be.
All you gotta do is close your eyes and put it out. That's all you gotta do.
You just press submit.
What I've been telling you,
We were just talking about that.
I'm saying how you recorded though.
Yeah.
So how many songs you got recorded?
Not that many.
How many?
Like 3.
What's the, like you got 3 whole songs. That's all it takes. 5, you got an EP, you out of here.
I be overthinking stuff. So it'd be like, okay, I put out an R&B song, then I gotta be an R&B singer. I gotta put out an R&B project. I don't know.
There's an idea.
See, I've always been an R&B artist, so now it's just like, no, just do everything.
Like, why you feel like you've been an R&B artist? Because you made R&B?
Yeah.
Are you capable to make anything other than me?
Yes.
Then you're not an R&B
But I didn't know
artist.
that until like recently.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. This shit just keep opening up, and you looking at it like it's a bad thing. Like when you found out you had that bag, you should have got in that bag. Like, oh, I'm in this bag now. I'm gonna get in this bag. I'm gonna stay in this bag. You playing? Close your eyes. I'm saying, do you got out of them 3? Do you got one that you like? Man, I love this song.
Yeah.
Oh, this should
I
come
got
out.
one, and I'm just sitting on it.
What is it? R&B or what?
It's R&B.
Drop that. When you gonna drop it? We
When I'm gonna drop it,
now?
Joe?
We're gonna drop it next week.
Yeah, I like this. Let's say it on here. Tell them when it's coming. June.
New song coming out. July. July 2023.
You gotta drop that you playing.
I am playing. I don't know.
And you know that too, that's crazy.
It is. Because all day today, they've been telling me this.
And you ain't listening.
I'm a bad listener, apparently. I could be listening to y'all and listening to y'all story, and I'm over here like,
You could be like listening to yourself and saying, man, I'm playing. Let me go and drop this shit.
You're right.
It's crazy.
When the interviewer gets...
It's coming next week. It's
I
coming
know.
next week. Next week is dropping.
Yeah, next week, huh, Joe?
What's the name of it?
On my mind.
Oh, it sounds okay.
Sounds like it's coming.
I feel it. On my mind, dropping next week. It's dropping next week. The remix featuring Coke Bumaye, that's coming next month.
Oh, Lord. Now we got to do the remix.
We in Jackson and we doing the show, so it's coming.
Okay, y'all putting pressure on me. It's fine.
You can't say it on camera. If it's on camera, it's true.
It's fine. I guess I got to put it up now.
Just give it to somebody. Just give it to somebody else, and then get out their way. And next time you know, you look up, it's on the internet.
And you just be comfortable doing that
No.
with your music.
Oh, like now I'm in a like yeah, like I'm saying, if it'll never be perfect. It won't.
I'm waiting on.
It won't
So
be.
It needs to sound like this. It needs to be like that. The video need to go like this.
I mean, yeah, you can have like what you want it to go like, but like put it out because the more you listen to it, you're gonna build onto the song, build onto the video, build on. That's why you could just do another song. That one out, let me do another one. You playing?
I'm playing too much.
Too much.
So you've never, like in your career, found like a time where you just felt like stuck, felt like you didn't know if you wanted to continue to pursue something? Never had like that time in your life? No? Just me?
Nah, no. Nah, I ain't never had a time where I just felt like, man, I'm done with this. Like, of course, I think we all have like life happening, like life will happen, but I don't rap through everything. Like I don't rap through whatever you could think of. Like I think I done rap through it, like in a way where it wasn't a time I ain't like make no music, like and say, okay, man, this is what I want to do. I like these, like it make me feel good to do this. I feel more alive when I'm doing this, and like I just go for it. Like, and I think, especially like being an artist, I think you have a duty because you can like speak a language that some people can't speak, and you gotta like speak that language for them. Because it's a lot of times, like, it's some people who can't sing, can't rap, can't really put no words together, but they got the visceral feeling though. That's why the people who connect to the music do that, because it's like, man, you might see a Beyonce or something, like you can't really sound like Beyonce, but what she's saying, it connect to you. Beyonce doing her job, she hitting her targets, right? And the listener doing their job because they saying, yeah, that's exactly what I want to say, how I want to say it. So like right now, you ruining somebody's life Cause you not you not saying what you need to be saying.
Not ruining somebody's life.
That's how it go. That's what I think artists like do this. Like they do this. They do this. That's they duty to like translate these feelings and emotions that people who necessarily can't translate them can listen to their record or their music and say and connect to it in that way, right? So if you got the gift to be a translator, you gotta do that because it's somebody you should be speaking for or speaking through. You know what I'm saying?
Just gonna roll my eyes.
That's what I'm telling you, straight up.
That's crazy. I don't know. I feel like it's just a lot of. Ain't no excuse. Let me shut up. Ain't no excuse. Huh, Joe?
Tired of hearing excuses.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Push the button. It's that easy. Push the button.
Push the button.
Push the button. Put it out. Put a cover on. Put a cover on. Put it out. Start making another.
You don't have to be perfect.
It is perfect. Tell me.
It is perfect.
It is. It is. If you was lying on there,
No.
oh, it's perfect then.
Yeah, it's like a real
That's how I judge it. Was I lying?
heart song.
Oh, it's perfect then, for sure. You was being honest about your emotions, how you felt. Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. And you not. Oh, it's somebody out there who feels just like that. And can't say that to their man or to their lady or whatever. And it's your duty to like put that there for them.
This is my duty.
I'm telling you, it's your duty to put that there for them, so it can like you ain't never like knew nobody like just sent them a song. You can't really say what you want to say, so you just send them a song. That's the bridge. That's the
I be
bridge.
doing that all the time.
That's the okay. So that's what I'm saying. It's somebody who out there want to say what you saying and don't really know how to say it, or the person is not hearing them. So you send them the vibe. You send them the vibe, like here, and they get to ride around and listen to your shit, and they like, damn, this what you mean? Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Y'all putting pressure on me.
Yeah, you got the gift. The pressure comes with the gift. I can't wait to hear it next week.
Joe, next week?
We got 2 records dropping.
Oh, God.
Let's go next week. You got a rap record too? Ooh, you gonna kill them. Drop a rap record first. No, drop your R&B first, then come back with the rap record. They're gonna show
Y'all giving me strategy right now?
That's gonna show you how versatile. They're gonna show the world that I'm versatile. Like I got whatever it takes, whatever you want. They're gonna show the world, and then what happened is they put you in so many different bags, so many different conversations. So if you scared about like dropping one record and people just perceiving you as this one thing,
Yeah,
give
that's
it
what
all
it
to
is.
them. Give it all to them. I'm just saying if that was the issue, like man, I want to drop an R&B record and I want to rap. Well, like you could do everything. Like give it to them, and then that's why like your when you make an album or something, you can give them it. That's why the album is so important. You can give them everything. Like who's like some of your favorite artists? Like your favorite artist?
Well, right now, I like Alex Isley. I like, Naya Sultana. I like a lot of R&B, like a lot of soulful R&B, but I'm really like a 90s kid.
Yeah.
So, Aaliyah and like really like people like Tyrese and those groups and stuff like that. That's all me. And my idea is to put together like a 90s inspired project.
Listen, all the 90s women, they was singing, but they had like a little rap, like the Mary J's, the Aaliyahs, and they'll start their shit off with a little 1-2 bop. You playing on the like real talk. That just kills me when people be like having the gift and the vibe, and they play with it like, that's crazy. Drop that shit.
Okay.
That what you need to hear that in your head. Drop that shit. Drop that shit. Like straight up. I'm telling you.
It's just fear. It's just, yeah. We were talking about that too. Just the
push
perception.
Just push it. Like what's gonna happen though, you gonna jump out that cliff and you gonna, listen, I'm gonna keep it a book with you. I still be scared. For every show, every release, every whatever, I be scared. But I yearn for that feeling now. Like I want, like you not really scared. You just,
Overthinking.
not even it. Like you're an artist, and like this is a precious thing to you, right? So before you give it to the world, you going through these little static words like, you gotta embrace that static. That's the only thing you're not doing. You're not embracing the static. I don't think it's gonna come a time where you just like, this the greatest, put it out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think all artists go through like, man, I done said some shit on here that's like, so it's real to me. Like, I think you could put it out easier if the music you were making wasn't real to you. Because it ain't no consequence for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the music real to you, you go in there and you put some real thought into it and you saying like, man, I stand behind this. It's real. It's some consequence to it. So you're supposed to feel like that. That's what I think. I think you waiting to not feel like that. Like, and it don't happen. When you making a certain level of music, I don't think it happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're just going in there to, you know, just say anything and like, you know, put it on TikTok or some shit, and ain't nothing wrong with it. Like, if that's your thing. But if you in there really putting it down, really trying to like touch that level, you supposed to be scared. You supposed to be like, I don't know. But that's the good thing. When you stop feeling like that, you ain't making that music from your stomach. Like, you making some shit from you just throwing something out there. When you making something from your heart though, from like some real shit, you gonna feel like that. You putting it on the line. Why wouldn't you feel like, I don't know, you said a line and you was like, oh, I don't even know if they know, like, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to feel like that. That's the part I was telling you about. This is the greatest time for it to feel that. Like, whoa.
Feel something.
Hell yeah, you supposed to feel it. If you finna drop a record, your first record, and you don't feel nothing, that ain't the record to drop. This how you know this the record to drop. Cause you feel like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Like, I don't like people playing music, my music, when I'm in the room.
Me neither. Let me go out there.
Cause it's like, I tell them all the time, like, bro, that shit like somebody standing up and reading your diary. I'm out. I don't want to do that. I'm trying to tell you, you supposed to feel like that. If you invested something into this thing, so somebody like showing it while you there, you supposed to feel something. Now when you performing, it's different because you get to kind of hide behind the performance. You know what I'm saying? But
behind that track.
That's how you know it's real deal. You supposed to feel like that because you finna show yourself to people. You're supposed to be nervous.
Now what you giving me game for? Now I'm over here like, okay.
That's how it go, like straight up.
What's up, y'all? This your girl Slim Too Bad. And when I tell y'all, this about Chiana, hitting. So good, y'all. I don't want to put this down. So now I'm about to try this boudin egg roll. First time trying it, let me see. You're going to get my pure reaction from it. If you like boudins, you're going to really like this. Shout out to the people for the egg roll boudins and the hibachiana. Slim Too Bad, checking out, baby. I'm about to go eat.
So tell me about your new project, Separation. How did that come about? What is that all about?
Man, Separation is a project that we started a while ago, and it started to just show our growth as a unit. It started like from an ego space. Like we was saying, we finna separate ourselves from what everybody else doing. We the best, like I'm the best at this shit. I know how to do this shit. I'm finna this separation, right? Recording the music and like as life started to happen and as I started to unfold, it turned into like from an ego space to like from a heart space, where I started to have to separate myself from my ego, like separate myself from thinking like in that space. Of course, the competitive nature of this thing is there, but we stopped trying to compete with everybody else and started to compete with ourselves. Push ourselves to the limit of like going in and making a declaration of war against like complacency and fear and those type of things. Real deal. Yeah. So we tried to like really challenge ourselves to like separate who you want to be from who you are, right? And like I think that takes some time, like in doing that, like the music started to unfold, like it really started to, you really start to hear these stories of triumph and tragedy and like trauma and traditions. Like a lot of like trauma is just traditions. It's not like a real thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it take you separating from that tradition. And sometimes that tradition is your family. It's like the neighborhood you from.
Your past.
All of it. And you gotta take your time to like go on the inside of you and like, you know, declare that war against all that type of shit. And like when you come out, you're gonna be so different that the people that you love, you're gonna force them to adjust, or you're gonna force them to show themselves. And that's what separation was about. You're gonna separate yourself because you went inside and separated your ego from your heart, you know what I'm saying, from your mind. And you made certain decisions that your old self couldn't make. So you had to separate yourself from it. So yeah, man, this is my deepest project. Is when I say a project, I had to like dig the deepest inside myself to get like.
It sound like it.
Yeah, we always have to like what we say in these sessions and shit is like you have to like dig for gold. Like, you know what I'm saying? Gold don't just sit on top of the land. You got to get deeper in there to like get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? As you go down, you'll find little chips, you know, here and there. But the deeper you get, it's big blocks of gold down there. Whatever you want, valuable resources, you got to dig to get them. And so like that's what we try to make sure we did on this album. Yeah. So
that sounds like it was from a personal experience as well.
For sure. Yeah. I think all of it. Well, all the music is from a personal experience, but this time we just got a little closer to it. Usually we would like speak from personal experience, but be a little far off, just because, you know, a lot of when you speaking from your own personal experience, you also bringing other people into it too, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you want to kind of be mindful of that too. Like, you don't want to like throw nobody under the bus because you don't kind of you speaking from your perspective, and you know what I'm saying? So, but this time I think we kind of put all that aside. We weren't trying to throw nobody under the bus, but we just want to be honest and thorough with these things, because like we were talking about, we got a duty to like, you know, when you separate yourself from certain areas and certain places, if you don't figure out a way to navigate out of space, it's your duty to like, you know, at least lead them out. You know what I'm saying? That's the least you can do. Another thing you can do is go back and get people and bring them with you. You know what I'm saying? So I think this was just a map for saying how to like navigate out these spaces and what comes with navigating out these spaces when you come from certain areas and like you say, man, I want to get some sophistication about myself. I want to travel. I want to think different. I want to eat different. I want to like talk different. You know, you're gonna get ridiculed and where I'm from. Like people gonna handle you a little different where I'm from. You know, being smart is considered soft where I'm from. You know, and when I say where I'm from, I mean directly in these neighborhoods, like where we are from, so to speak. Like you gonna get handled, right? But I think it's valuable to push through that, because once you push through that and people see that you the toughest nigga out there to do that, like, you know what I'm saying, they'll follow. Or some people, everybody won't follow you, but some people will say, man, whoa, dog, like, sophisticated himself. He went and got him some beating by himself and handled the business. I like what they look like and what they feel like. Let me ask them, you know what I'm saying? So we tried to make sure we was translating it through the music and delivering it through the music, because, you know, a lot of people gonna go through that transition and walk that walk. You wanna always deliver that soundtrack for them. So that was our job, and I think we hit the target.
So where can everybody, like, listen to it? Where can they find you? Where can they, you know, get in contact with you or in touch with you or anything like that?
Yeah, well, the album on all streaming platforms, Separation, but you can just go to CokeBumaye.com, CokeBumaye.com, and tap in. But I'm Coke Bumaye everywhere. But if you want everything in one place, CokeBumaye.com for sure.
And what you got coming up next? I know you just dropped or
Yeah, well, we doing some. Well, of course, like I think when you drop a project, you want to make, and you don't put a lot of energy into the like creating the project. Now you want to use that same energy to like make sure you can stretch that project out in a way where people can like really see it in a way. I think now that's a part of the creative process and fun part too. Is when you done the music now, trying to put certain visuals to it, come up with different events to make sure people really get the music, whatever you want the music to be presented as, or the way you want the music digested, then you got to present it like that. If you say you got to, you put an art piece out, then you got to present it as an art piece. So like, we just taking our time to make sure we curate the right things so people can really digest the music the way it was meant to be digested.
what? Well, this conversation was for me. Apparently,
Always.
like the last episode,
Always.
this conversation was for me. I appreciate.
It hit like that because you're an artist.
Yeah.
Like if you wasn't an artist, it wouldn't hit like
Wouldn't
that.
have understood. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I know y'all understand too. I ain't the only one. So make sure y'all check out everything my guy has coming up, everything that he has going on right now. Make sure you stream all of his music. Make sure you follow him on all social media platforms. And make sure you all are subscribed to The Antidote because we got more episodes like this. I don't know what the Lord be doing to me, but I be over here trying to get it together. So make sure y'all subscribe. And this has been another episode of Let's Tell a Story. We out.